Tyler Linderbaum. Now, news been circulating around the world that he is the best center coming out of this draft, and by far he is the best center coming out of this draft. Quick, shifty, can get to the second level, strikes inside, and on top of that, he plays with a great deal of leverage. Yes, I believe that comes from his wrestling background, and of course he's a multiple sport 3-star recruit. Played baseball in high school and middle school, of course, and of course I look at everything. So he's super athletic, understands the game, plays with a great deal of leverage, get his hands inside, and once he get into a fight with you, you're not getting around him. Watch out those hands clamps inside, and you're not getting around Tyler. No. He got that type of skill set, and he's quick. He's better in zone situations, and of course, if you have a pass-heavy team, you want 65 on there. And he's nasty. He got that mindset, tenacity. He brings all of that to the table, and I'm quite sure that teams will utilize him only at center. I don't see much guard play out of him, nor at tackle. He's primarily a one situation guy, which is center, and there's nothing wrong with that. No one touches the ball more than the center. And if you're looking at the Hawkeye zone concept scheme, he was fantastic in that particular system. So looking at everything, Tyler coming out of the draft, undersized, 6'3", 289 pounds, give or take. Would you want that on your team? Yes, look at the nastiness right there. He finishes. And that is what he brings to the table. When you think of offensive line, it's a complete unit. It's not an individual unit. Nevertheless, when you have a guy by the name of Tyler who's quick, who can get off of his guy, especially in the zone, to help out, strong hands, and play with a great deal of leverage, my friend, you can't go wrong with this guy. Now, there will be some growing pains, and that's naturally when you 6'3" and right at 289. They will line up at zero and try to do some switch off concept of bull rushing and sending the linebacker in between, and it'll be hard for you to make the adjustments and shift. But his feet are so quick that I don't see that happening for a year in and year out situation. I look at Tyler as one of the most polished centers that's coming out of the draft in the last few years. So he will be beneficial, in especially if you are playing in a system where pass heavy. You have now a guy that's not afraid to sit, get out of his stance, and make things happen. And now, even if it's a run situation, I prefer to pull this guy and get him out in space and get things in front of him, make him work, right? Use that speed, and you will see he's not this guy that reaches. He's not this guy that's overset. He's pretty much right there in the wheelhouse, using his hands, using his speed, using his leverage, sitting down on plays. And when it's time to get to the next level, he's not afraid to run downfield. You will see him on big chunks of running plays. Tyler, downfield, looking for someone to hit. Now, as a negative draw on some of his film, you will see that he will outrun the running back. You're like, hey, wait a minute. You got to wait and give time to set up or what have you. But I'd take that any day, right? The over aggressive guy, the guy that really looking for some work to do versus the guy with his hands on his hip, right? Or bent over because he's tired. So Tyler Linderbaum is this guy that you can say, all right, that you have now. And I'm going to use my Cowboys. You have Tyler Biadasz, Tyler for Tyler, right? Well, Tyler Biadasz, he still got growing pains, right? He still got to overcome a lot of things, whereas it's power and it's weight distribution of how he shift in power to speed, how he counter those typical attacks. Believe it or not, Tyler Linderbaum already know how to pretty much shield off speed to power bull rush guys, right? He know how to already play with leverage, and so doggone quick with his feet. And his lower body built right where is his weight. Even though he's 289 pounds or 290, give or take, his weight is on the lower part of his body. So he got quick hands, he jabbed. I think his wrestling background played a major role on his leverage, that his shiftiness and his body, his weight distribution is right there for him. When it's time for you to pull or when it's time for you to get on the edge, he's there. He can keep everything clean and keep everything in front of him out of the way with redirect. Quick strike hands. He a one-hand striker basically. Now on his two-hand strikes, sometimes he can over anticipate, but outside of that, his one-hand jab is there and he can redirect and get you out of the way. And that's what I like to see. His ability to hit certain landmarks, get upfield and hit those landmarks without reaching, or hit those landmarks without too high. He plays with that great anchor. So I look at all of those things with Tyler, and I believe he'll be a great pickup for any team that's pretty much in a zone concept. If they have zone block schemes, pass heavy, I think that he'll fit right in. Now, if it's a run heavy team, and as long as they do zone runs, then he's okay. I like Tyler Linderbaum, and I believe wherever he go, a team will be able to utilize his skill set. And I can't wait to see what his combine numbers will look like if he decide to go there, and I think he should. And he probably be one of the fastest offensive linemen in this particular draft. And I can't wait to see that too. So he's athletic. We know he can anchor in, good hands, good weight distribution as it relates to his quickness, and of course his skill set is unique. Baseball background as well as with wrestling. I think all of those things plays a major role with Tyler, and he is the number one center in this 2022 draft and could be, dare I say, top 5 altogether as it relates to offensive linemen. Post me your thoughts, post me your concerns all together about Tyler, who you would like for your particular team. And if it's Tyler, let me know in the comment box. It's been my time. I really thank you all for yours. And remember, you're listening to nothing but the best.